Good, happy Saturday morning, February 26th, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Saturday morning, so let's get started right now. First up, New Hampshire State Police responded to more than 40 crashes during yesterday's storm. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, our takeover of General Motors is complete.
Dr. Abel, GM's old...
A busy Friday for New Hampshire's Department of Transportation as plows worked throughout the day and night to keep state roadways clear.
They're assaulting and everything, so it was like staggered and all of the lanes were cleared, so it's pretty easy. Slow going though.
2 DOT plows were taken out of commission Friday when drivers attempted to pass the plows and ended up clipping their side wings, causing delays on several different routes.
And all the other plow routes in the area have to expand to accommodate that truck being disabled, and so it extends all of the plow route times in that region.
Maybe that was why they were staggered, so that no one even could try.
Drivers in Bedford tell us plows were out in full force on the Everett.
It was like nice and clear just being behind them, so we just were patient and put on some music.
The DOT says they'll remain out throughout the night, even though snow has stopped falling.
But with freezing temperatures, there's going to be a lot of cleanup work, and hopefully by tomorrow, we'll be at it roughly probably 24 hours straight, and then by tomorrow we'll be looking at a nice wet black roadway.
And those accidents serve as a good reminder to never crowd those plows. Meanwhile, New Hampshire State Police, they had a busy day as well, responding to more than 40 different accidents and spinouts on state roadways. We're live in Bedford tonight. Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Tractor trailer collides with MBTA commuter rail train near Littleton Crossing. Let's take a listen to that video from WCVB, Boston.
Want a shower that's both beautiful and easy to clean? Call Oasis Shower Doors. Our protective glass coatings reduce cleaning time by up to 90%. All custom made and installed with the highest quality components. Get easy online estimates at oasisshowerdoors.com.
And this is video footage from the crash scene, as you can see. An MBTA commuter rail train collided with a tractor trailer at the train crossing in Littleton, Massachusetts during Friday's afternoon snowstorm. Photos posted to the Littleton Police Department's Facebook page showed the rear half of the train tractor trailer along the side of the tracks. The incident happened along King Street Extension, police said. And here are some photos. The MBTA warned Fitchburg line passengers that they could experience significant delays in both directions due to police activity on the right of way near Littleton. The transit agency said on its website that Fitchburg train 419, the 2:30 p.m. departure from North Station, was stopped near Littleton and was behind schedule due to police activity. Representatives for Kelos, the company that operates the commuter rail, as well as MBTA, did not immediately have any information about the incident. The incident occurred on the same commuter rail line that had a sidewalk plow left unoccupied on the tracks near the Brandeis and Roberts station, struck by a commuter rail train earlier in the day. No injuries were reported in that incident. Maine Restaurant Week returns for 14th year. Let's take a listen to that video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
New Truly Margarita Style Hard Seltzer.
Restaurant Week gives eateries a financial shot in the arm when they need it most. The end of the winter right before spring. And this year, more than 50 restaurants have signed up to offer special plates and deals.
Maine Restaurant Week is a great opportunity to go out and try a place that you've never visited before. It's an opportunity to celebrate some of Maine's chefs and restaurants and the hospitality industry as a whole.
Jillian Britt is the co-founder of Maine Restaurant Week. We caught up with her at one of the new eateries joining this year.
This brings people out of hiding and back into the restaurants.
Whether you're an established restaurant like David's or the new kid on the block, the people behind food establishments need customers this time of year more than any other.
We wouldn't be here without our friends and family.
Friends and Family Night is that night before a new restaurant goes live, and the owners invite friends and family as a dry run. That's where the name Friends and Family came from, says owner Cecily Upton.
For us, we really wanted to build a place that felt like you're an insider, like you're part of it from the get-go.
The vibe here at the Congress Square hotspot that opened just 4 months ago is wine bar meets small plates.
We feature a lot of locally sourced products from farms all across the state. We specialize in meat and cheese boards and really a changing selection of delicious wines from around the world.
Petite Jacqueline in the Old Port is one of the restaurants that has been part of Restaurant Week since the beginning. Like a bear coming out of hibernation, co-owner Michelle Corey says Restaurant Week breathes life and money back into the business.
So now we're able to have shifts for people, have work for people, and we're seeing our regulars back and customers back, and it's a convivial feel that we all desperately need after the winter.
One of the things I love the most about Restaurant Week is when I get calls after the event has ended from a chef or a restaurant owner saying that they were so busy that it brought people out, that it brought in new customers who they hadn't seen before, and that it just felt like, a summer week. And that's when I know it's really done its job.
For a full list of places to go, menu items, and options, go to restaurantweek.com. And have fun, remember to tip, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Russia troops close in on Ukraine's capital. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
The news coming in just as we come on the air tonight. Ukraine's president addressing the people of his country just a short time ago, warning that Russian troops are moving in on the capital, closing in on Kyiv, saying they could storm the capital tonight. And this evening, the breaking headline from the White House, the U.S. and its European allies now planning to sanction Vladimir Putin directly. Explosions breaking the silence after dark in Kyiv, and tonight it's believed the Russians are already within city limits in the northern part of the capital. And to the north of Kyiv tonight, these images, a government building on fire. And still, Russian tanks and military vehicles moving in all directions, these tanks moving toward the city of Kherson in the south. And the troubling image in a Kyiv suburb, look at this, posted online, showing an armored vehicle there swerving and then rolling right over that car with the driver inside. Remarkably, that driver was rescued. And tonight, that call for all men aged 18 to 60 to stay and fight back to save Ukraine. They are not being allowed to leave the country. Ukraine's defiant president posting a video with his top officials telling the world, quote, "We are here," and that Europe said never again, but here we are. Tonight, that news coming in, President Biden and NATO allies freezing Vladimir Putin's assets and those of his foreign minister as well. The NATO chief tonight saying Russia has shattered peace in Europe and we must do more, even if, quote, we have to pay a price. In Kyiv, they are bracing for a perilous night ahead. We begin here with our senior foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell, on the ground in Kyiv again tonight.
Tonight, as the battle for Ukraine intensifies, Russian troops now entering the capital. Moments ago, Ukrainian President Zelensky addressing his people in a defiant video from Kyiv, saying Russia will try to storm the capital tonight and that the night will be, quote, tough. Authorities have handed out 18,000 weapons to civilians to help in the fight, and residents were told to make Molotov cocktails. Men aged 18 to 60 called up to fight, not allowed to leave the country. Disturbing new video circulating on social media shows a military vehicle crushing a car. Explosions over Kyiv also posted online, showing just how perilous the situation is. At a Kyiv train station today, gunfire heard as crowds trying to flee the city force their way onto trains. Once again, air raid sirens are ringing out across the capital, Kyiv. Although there's been a lull in the fighting for the last couple of hours, the fears are that the Russians have been resupplying and are ready to mount a real attack inside the city. We watched as troops ran through the streets, taking up positions to defend the city. Alexei Goncharenko may be a prominent lawmaker here, but today he's one more citizen with a gun.
I don't want to fight. I'm not soldier. I'm not professional military man. But I am not ready to capitulate. That's the difference.
The city bearing the scars of war already. An apartment block hit by an unidentified aircraft. As firefighters arrived, Oksana cleaning up the rubble of her wrecked home. She was sleeping when the building was hit. Her daughter singing the national anthem. Through tears, saying simply, "Long live Ukraine." Intense battles are raging across the country tonight as Ukrainian fighters offer stiff resistance to the more powerful Russian forces. In southern Ukraine, around the city of Kherson, Russian fighter jets could be seen coming in low on their bombing runs. Also in the south, video posted on social media from Sumy showing fierce clashes. In Kharkiv, the country's second largest city today, the Ukrainian army digging in to defend as missiles hit and Russian forces advance. And this incredible video of a driver swerving to avoid exploding rounds falling around the vehicle. Casualties are rising, among them 13 Ukrainian defenders on a Black Sea island. They refused to surrender to a Russian warship and reportedly responded with an expletive when the Russians told them to surrender. Tonight, Zelensky says they'll receive the honor of Ukraine. The NATO alliance is activating its rapid response force for the first time in a defensive role in Europe. Up to 40,000 troops will bolster allied countries close to Russia and Ukraine. And 7,000 American troops ordered to Europe yesterday could soon make up part of this NATO force Europe. But none of these troops will be helping Ukraine. As some flee the cities, others seek shelter in Kyiv subways.
We have a little food and toys. And I hope one day, one night, but if so, we can stay there a long time.
And some are seeking safety in houses of worship. Rabbi Jonathan Markovich and his wife Ina have thrown open the doors of their synagogue. With US visas, they could have fled. But Ina made a promise to a 104-year-old Holocaust survivor.
Will you stay here with me? I fought the Nazis, and I don't know what's coming.
Oh, wow.
She's 104 years old.
So she's lived through the Nazis,
Yes.
and now she's afraid of the Russians.
And tonight, a long and bloody battle looks unavoidable.
And Ian Panel joined us live from Kyiv again tonight. Ian, we know the president of Ukraine issuing that grim warning just a short time ago that the Russians could very well try to storm the capital tonight. That other detail that you reported, men 18 to 60 not allowed to leave the country. Families told to take action to make Molotov cocktails to protect themselves. And tonight it would appear that in many parts of the country, the Russians are facing a stiffer resistance from Ukrainian fighters than they expected.
Yeah, I think that's very right. I mean, a senior official telling ABC News that the first 2 days have not gone as well as the Russians expected, though it is now believed that they could try to take Kiev for the final push tomorrow. Again, Zelensky thinking that it could happen tonight, and we have been hearing the distinct sound of battles taking place inside the city. Meanwhile, I think we're seeing early signs of potential talks between the Ukrainians and Russians, but it's likely not talking that's going to dominate the coming hours, but fighting. David?
Ian Panel leading us off again tonight. Ian, we thank you and the team, and of course, please stay safe. And the breaking development late today from the White House, President Biden is now planning to impose new sanctions on Vladimir Putin himself and on Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. So let's get right to our chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. If you want to watch the rest of that, we will share a link with you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser brings in a massive experience. Let's take a listen to that video from WESH 2 News, Orlando, Florida.
Want to live the Italian way of life? With Galbani cheese, you can. Enjoy the authentic Italian experience with Italy's #1 cheese brand. Try Galbani cheese and get a taste of Dolce Vita.
We are just days away from the opening of a completely new theme park experience, one that will take you from spectator to live action accomplice.
Disney is about to debut its Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser, part hotel, part attraction, and it is all fun. And that's where Bob Hazen is today with a preview of what this is all about. So, Bob, there's a lot of interest here in this new concept because no one's really quite sure what it is yet. Can you explain what you experienced?
Yeah, so we spent 2 nights on the Galactic Star Cruiser, and like you said, we didn't really know what to expect going in, but I can tell you what it is not. It is not just a hotel. It's not a place to go to just kind of relax by the pool. In fact, there is no pool. When you get on the Galactic Star Cruiser, you really might as well be in space because you get kind of transformed into this other environment, a completely immersive experience, and it's kind of like a cruise. That's what Disney kind of likens it to, a cruise mixed with dinner theater, mixed with immersive environment, interactive elements, also a little bit of even like Pokemon, because there's a lot of stuff you do on your phone to interact with objects around you and places around you and other people as well. It's also a big part of this is role-playing, LARPing, if you will, cosplay, people dressed up and kind of interacting with each other as if they were in the Star Wars universe, and that really is what you have to go into this with, the mindset of that if you want to go in here, you want to have this experience of being in a different world, taken to the Star Wars universe and experiencing it, going through tasks throughout the time you're there. You are doing activities that try to kind of add on to the story, and these storylines develop while you're there and kind of come to a head at the end, intertwining, all of it adding up into this big moment at the very end. Really a unique experience that we really haven't seen anywhere else.
Oh my gosh, Bob, it sounds like it's over the top. And I love that you said people are actually LARPing, getting into it. If you're in, you are all in. But we have to point out, Star Wars fans, even though they've been waiting for this to open, it's not cheap. The starting price is $5,000 for the 2-night stay. So do you think you actually get enough to justify that price tag?
Yeah, it is obviously a big price tag, and that's what everyone kind of talks about as far as whether this is worth it or not. Now, whether or not it's worth it is a subject for another matter. But right now, I can tell you what you do get with it is a trip here to Galaxy's Edge. That's part of it. You also get tons and tons of food. I mean, I remember when we were there, it was basically like you feel like you couldn't ever get. You were never hungry while you were there, I guess is what I'm saying. One meal was 3 courses, another one was 4 courses. You have a breakfast buffet, a lunch buffet. So tons and tons of food are all included in this meal. You also have a bunch of activities you can do, including lightsaber training. Of course, that's obviously unique to this kind of experience where you get to go in to what's kind of like a Jedi dojo and practice with a lightsaber, deflecting blasts. My son had a real fun time doing that. It was a great time for all of us. So there's a lot of activities to do. And again, whether or not that's the same thing as saying that it's worth it or not, that's a matter we'll get into the next time we talk, coming up in about an hour.
Bob, we are looking forward to that. And I think that was Bob's son in some of those images there. Thank you so much for joining us, Bob.
Needed a model.
Sounds like a cruise with all that food.
Yes.
3 4-course buffets. All right, join us Tuesday at 7 p.m. as we take you on board the Galactic Star Cruiser to experience Disney's new immersive hotel and attraction. Find out what this brand new concept in entertainment is all about and what it's like to become a part of your favorite Star Wars story. West 2 presents Star Wars: A Galactic Getaway Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shannon.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.